expressing ideas, showing, the way things, how we feel, and we're being openly and honest, and we've gotten the conversation started. And this is a good thing because a lot of these doors were closed in our face for decades and years. We've all been suffering
Yes.
behind, we've been suffering behind the Bible. We've been suffering
Hmm.
behind the workforce. We've been suffering behind our own family members, some of them, and we've been, suffering behind society. What the stigmas and all these kind of things.
Exactly.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about your high school. The reason I'm skipping junior high is because I think
Mhm.
that generally we might have dibbled and dabbled when we were in elementary and all that, but I think the meat and guts of the story starts when we're in high school and we have a little bit more freedom because usually you're transported out of your community into other schools and you're getting to meet different races of people or different cultures of people, and you're now mixing with other people. What was your first sexual experience like? Were you with a woman or a man?
I've never been with a woman ever. I think
Oh,
I probably kissed a few girls, but I've never been with a woman. I've always been with a guy. I think I lost my virginity probably like around 17. So that
mhm.
was in high school. Um, yeah, that's when I lost. That's when I
Okay.
was
So what
really.
was it like when you had your first sexual experience? What was it like?
Um, all right, so I'm gonna get personal. But my first experience bottoming was Nightmare on Elm Street Part 10. I
Okay.
mean, I did not know what I was doing, but he knew what he was doing. I didn't know what I was doing. So, something had happened. I was crying because it was too painful. And then we tried it again and it was like butter.
Oh, okay. Well, it's funny when you talk to Black men about bottoming, and because
Mhm,
most of them think, well, most of us in general think Black men are supposed to be strong and,
mhm.
virile, and they're supposed to be the aggressor and the dominant one.
Yeah.
Now, it's very funny when I'm actually talking to a Black bottom that is open about what you like in bed. Now, why do you think Black men hide being a bottom so much?
I feel like a lot of them feel like it makes them look weak. Like some of them probably, some of them, but some of them don't want to tell folks that they're bottom. Some bottoms are actually very dominant versus
Mhm.
being submissive. There's some submissive bottoms, there's some dominant bottoms out there. Me, I kind of would say I'm like in the middle, kind of, because I'm in the middle.
Mhm.
So, but you know, ooh, it's tough.
Well,
But
most parents,
because
most,
because 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 people, I'm sorry to cut you off, but people look as bottoms, not a lot of gays, but some gays, from my own experience, after having conversations about this with many of my peers throughout the years, and them expressing their feelings to me expressing my feelings to them. But from my knowledge, from what I had gained from different people from conversations, was that sometimes people don't like to tell people their sexual position right away because once you tell somebody a sexual position, there's no conversation after that. They don't want to talk to you no more. They don't want to do nothing. They don't want to hang out with you because you're not what they want you to be. And I am
mhm.
who I am. Even if I am a bottom, it should still be some kind of friendship and we can network and work together. But some folks don't take it like that. You sit up over there and say that you're a bottom, that's it. They don't want nothing to do with you because they can't get what they want from you because you're not the top.
Mhm.
So I mean, that's from my experience, listening to people in my own experience I have went through before. So because some folks just they have a good conversation, and then when the time comes down to it, me, I don't like to waste my time. I tell you right up front and center, like I'm a bottom, I'm from Rhode Island, da 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 da. I give them the opportunity if they want to continue to talk, even if they are a bottom, I don't mind being their friends. But I still leave that door open. Like if I'm in their state, we can go out for drinks and have mimosas and things like that. But as soon as you say that you are a bottom, I don't know what that's all about. Like, you know, but
Mhm.
then again, some folks, when it comes down to dating, they want to know like what's what right then and there. I feel the same way too, as well. So I'm always like very straightforward, cut and direct with it.
Well, it's good that you're actually open and honest about that. A lot of times we did a little bit of research where we saw that a lot of fathers, we talked to a lot of older gentlemen about their sons being gay, not necessarily just Black men. We talked to just a few different gentlemen, and most men, even if they were okay with their son being gay, they didn't want them to be the bottom. And this was kind of shocking to us because when I asked this one older Black man, why wouldn't you want your son to be the bottom? He says, because he's the sissy. Like you said earlier, he's the weak one. He's the frail. And Black men are supposed to be looked at as strong and dominant. Now, a quick question. How do Black women see you? Because sometimes Black men, even on that are bottoms, can sometimes, and in our community, we call them sissified, or they're very
Mhm.
feminine and all this stuff. How do Black women see you? Do they just think, what do they think of you when they see you and they see you maybe having bigger hips or a bigger butt and all these, and kind of Seshan and, Shantan and all that stuff. What do you think they think?
Well, seeing that I'm in the spotlight all the time, I deal with a lot of women of color, actually.
Mhm.
When I see my sisters, my Black people, my sisters and my brothers, but when I see my Black sisters out, we praise each other, we compliment each other. We